Hello viewers and welcome to my first video. Final Fantasy is my favorite video game series, and Final Fantasy IX was the game that first got me really into gaming. But with such vast worlds, hundreds of NPCs, diverse characters, and complicated plots, there are bound to be some oversights. And that's okay, really. But here are three big ones that bother me that I feel should have been addressed. So let's start with most fans' favorite, Final Fantasy VII. While watching some other YouTuber videos, I noticed something. Do you see it? Right here? On Disc 2, when Bugenhagen accompanies you to the City of Ancients and explains Holy to the party, he said something that bothers me. He claims that Holy is summoned by a soul that desires it when the soul reaches the planet. Do you see it? See that oversight? So basically, there are two requirements for summoning Holy, possibly three if you have to be etc. The first, that you need the white materia. The second is that apparently you have to sacrifice yourself. Did Aerith know this? I imagine she must have, and that she learned it in the Temple of the Ancients. Whether she suspected Sephiroth would kill her, or that she planned to commit suicide, I think this further explains why Aerith took off to the City of the Ancients on her own. She didn't want her friends to know, and even possibly tried to stop her. Meteor hadn't been summoned yet, so I suspect that she meant to use Holy to counter Genova and or Sephiroth, though the game states that it's meant to counter Meteor specifically. Oversight number 2 comes from my favorite game of the series, Final Fantasy IX. I had noticed this one years ago, but never thought much of it, but it nags at me. God, does it nag. When the Prima Vista crashes in Evil Forest, Steiner refers to Vivi as a powerful black mage, and Zidane just like, yeah, okay, whatever, and goes with it. So what's the problem? The black mages hadn't been unveiled by Brayhen yet. Later, when the group reaches Dali, they see some manufactured, but we see humans use black magic, right? Well, yes, Lonnie does, and I can't think of any others. Everyone else are foreign races or monsters, which makes me wonder what is up with Lonnie. It is a minor oversight, but it bothers me. No one else in the game is ever referred to as a black mage, except these mobile cannons. So now on to the last one, and this ties into the other two later. Final Fantasy X, or specifically X-2. There are no summoners. And why should there be? Sin is gone, right? We're ignoring the drama will because that was just fanfiction crap. Well, 1,000 years ago, before Sin existed, there were summoners. They were warriors and defenders. So what's the problem? Summoners also send the dead to peace. Without summoners, there are more fiends. Fiends attack and kill people, creating yet more fiends. But this isn't even the worst of it. Think of the unsent. Remember Mason Micah? He became an unsent to continue to lead you Yevon and control Sphera, to keep up this cycle of sacrificing summoners. And then think of Seymour. Seymour just created complete havoc in Sphera, and he was just one person. Unsent are essentially immortal, powerful monsters that pose as humans and wreak havoc, and now there's no way to stop them. No one ever addresses this. They mention the increase of fiends, but never that part of the reason is because there's no summoner to send the dead to the far plane. This should definitely be a bigger issue than it is in the game. To make matters worse, let's look at the ties between Final Fantasy VII and X. At the end of X-2, Shinra found an energy source inside the planet, which is Spear's version of the life stream. The life stream in Final Fantasy VII is made up of souls. When the life stream is gone, the planet dies. In Final Fantasy IX, the mist is very similar. It's the concentration of souls that return to the crystal for rebirth. Frankly, I believe the 9 is somehow connected to 7 and 10. Assuming Spirit's energy is also made up of the dead, aka fireflies, then this has potentially long-lasting harm to the planet and the cycle of life itself. And no one says anything. So those are my thoughts on some of the Final Fantasy plot oversights. I'm sure there are numerous more. If you have any recommendations, I'll certainly look into them and perhaps try to address those in another video. For now, I hope I got you thinking and got your interest. If you like this, hit the thumbs up button and subscribe. I plan to be addressing some other things in the series and in other video games as well, including a little tidbit about Genova. Have a good day.